to get to the point that's been made, and
exactly, this is the point that's been made, so I'm not sure why we're continuing to answer the same question. You've been talking about the
president as a fighter. I just want to put it in, because you talk about being personally affected by all of this as well, and that nothing is wrong with the president fighting fire with fire is the argument that you're making. So I would ask this to you sort of on a personal level. You have stood here and talked about your family from this podium. Are you going to tell your kids this behavior is okay?
Look, I've been asked before when it comes to role models as a person of faith. I think we all have one perfect role model. And when I'm asked that question, I point to God, I point to my faith, and that's where I would tell my kids to look. None of us are perfect, and certainly there's only one that is, and that's where I would point that direction.
Amen. Only one perfect. Look, not everybody agrees with Donald Trump and everything that he does. But he's got a lot of followers, and he's got a big pulpit, and he's got more followers on his Twitter than MSNBC has for total audience. So he's able to hit back and hit fast, and he's able to do it, and he does it. Nobody's going to stop him. He's the president. This is how he won. The bombastic, being bombastic. This is how he is. He's not going to stop. He's not going to quit doing this. Yeah, maybe it's a different White House. It's a different time, folks. This is not the Ronald Reagan-istic age, though it would be nice to see some more moments of that. But it does seem that some of our presidents through the years, Abraham Lincoln being one of those, a lot of people didn't think he was going to do such a hot job. And the liberals hated Ronald Reagan, hated him, called him a dunderhead. What do you think they're going to call Donald Trump? The voters want him to get his work done. You get so caught up in the fray of Twitter and all of these other things and the things that he says that Donald Trump, he gets annoyed, he gets frustrated. They've been a thorn in his side from day one when he started running. So this is nothing new. This is not brand new. Tensions are high, and he's going to smack back. And I think he's got a right to do it. He's a New Yorker. That's the only way that I'm able to pretty much describe Donald Trump. If you're a real New Yorker, true New Yorker, and you got some attitude, Donald Trump's his verbiage is tame compared to some of the New Yorkers that I know. Okay, they didn't talk like that, with four-letter words and stuff like that in business. But, somebody cuts him off. You ever been cut off, or you're at a light, you don't move fast enough, you get an 80, 90-year-old woman giving you the finger. It's an interesting place to live. It's New York City, okay? You can't take it. You can't take it ultra personal. People are saying that Bernie Sanders, what is he saying? Or Bernie Goldberg, not Bernie Sanders, not the burn, feel the burn. But Goldberg is basically saying, come on, get it over it, your weak need, and all this other stuff. There's only so much that a person can take at the end of the day. When you know that there's something just, and you know that there's something right, and you're just really putting everything, energy, effort, your life's work into to making the country great again, literally, giving up everything that he had to run this country, to get this country going again, and everything that he's had to endure, he's had to fight for everything that he's ever had. And politics are really dirty, but man, it is an all-time low for the networks to do this and treat Donald Trump the way that they treat him. They treat him like an idiot, a moron, and he deserves the respect of the office of the President of the United States. Don't you think? He's earned it, fair and square. Hillary did not win. He won. And people just need to go on with the business and respect it a little bit. I love the timeout for the media when we just looked at a picture of the White House that was all the cameras were panned towards that and it wasn't to the press secretary. It was a nice timeout because they can do that. He's going to control the narrative, but he's also doing things behind the scenes. So don't be offended. It's all I'm just saying. Don't be offended. Because if Donald Trump did not have the fight that he has still in him right now, and he hasn't lost it, he said, you'd get bored, you'd get sick of me. I'd be looking so presidential, and you'd be bored. We're not getting bored. It's Donald Trump. It's him. Still fighting, still signing legislation, still doing beautiful things that need to be done. Great people around him. Kellyanne Conway, she's a terrific person, I really think. And she was on the morning show with her talking about her kids and talking about how Donald Trump has empowered more women in the White House and in his organization, and how proud she is to be associated with Donald Trump. I am very proud that we have Donald Trump in the White House, and a lot of Republicans that are, and I side with Sheriff Clarke, stop criticizing. Because if it wasn't for Trump, we would have lost. We would have lost. Hillary would have been in. So give a little thanks, give it a little appreciation, and have a little attitude of gratitude. I feel very content that Donald Trump is where he's at. Now, maybe he could stop watching a little TV, but listen, you're doing all that work. Maybe that's his way of unwinding, and he just wants to take the pulse of the country and see what the networks are saying. He's learning. His ears are always open and listening. And I think part of him is curious of what the liberal media is putting out in the country. And I think it bothers him. And the reason it bothers him is because there's minds that are being poisoned. It's like what comes out of the airwaves, folks, and it's a powerful tool. It's like dangerous drugs. If you knew that there was toxic drugs that were going into the air and that it was going to kill you, would you want to go outside, or would you be looking for a ventilator, some oxygen, so you wouldn't have to breathe the stuff in? That's the stuff that's being peddled, and I think it really bothers him. I think it really annoys him to that point to where if he doesn't know what's coming, he's going to be the brunt of all jokes, and he's not going to be able to defend himself. I think he wants to be around to be able to do these things, and if he doesn't, who else is going to do it for him? He's been defending his name with the Trump organization for a long, long time. He doesn't have to defend that he's the president of the United States. He goes, well, it's not fitting for a president to partake of the Twitter. We've never had the Twitter. This is the Twitter president. Barack Obama used the internet geniusly to get what he wanted, to get the votes out, and more people turned out because of the internet. Well, Donald Trump has got more followers on Twitter than Barack Obama ever had. He's using it very wisely and very, very effectively. I'm an evangelical Christian, and I'm not offended at all. Sometimes the rough and tumble is needed. There needs to be a massive correction, and the media, they don't know what to do with Donald Trump. And all they can do is just dedicate an entire show to blasting Trump again. What's that all about? We'll be back.
It's unlike anything you've ever been through in your life, man. I was driving. This kid threw a grenade at us and went right over our vehicle. It was 12 years old.
The shockwave went through my head, rattled up my brain, and left.
Danger is around you 360 degrees at all times, and you can't unlearn that.
It's impossible to describe the sacrifices these men and women have made to protect our freedoms, and the job of rebuilding their lives is massive and growing every day. Many will need the programs offered by the Wounded Warrior Project for years to come.
I didn't know what PTSD was. All I knew was I was having nightmares. And when I got released, my reintegration was go check in at the VA, man.
My first coping mechanism was use drugs. Just numb it. Don't feel anything.
I was angry. I'm trying to pull myself out of that right now.
Your gift today of $19 per month will honor and empower these veterans so they can aid and assist each other.
The Wounded Warrior Project is a life raft.
I can say this without question that I wouldn't be here today if it weren't for it.
Women Wear Project is the first step, getting back out into the world and reforming yourself outside of the service.
Call or go online with a pledge of $19 a month. You'll receive this Wounded Warrior Project blanket, and your gift will provide critically needed programs that rebuild lives.
That was my first feeling of actually being a part of something bigger than myself again.
Well, I lost a few really close friends overseas, and if I quit, I'm going to let them down, and I'm not about to do that.
I'm learning to face my fears head on. To trust and see what happens at the end.
It's a long process, but I had the drive and desire.
Please, call or go online with your gift right now.
Get ready, get set for 123 Ready TV, the brand new app that everyone's talking about for your PC or Android device that allows you access to most every movie or TV show ever made. Sound incredible? Well, it is, because once you pay $19.99, that's all you pay. Just the movies and TV shows you like without the hassle. The internet streams everything already. What 123 Ready does is it finds them, then delivers them directly to you, commercial-free. There's nothing quite like it, and it's available now at forthepeopleshow.com. That's forthepeopleshow.com. And before you buy 123 Ready TV, watch the video and see how simple it is to start watching all those movies and TV shows. If you like movies and TV shows, but don't enjoy paying for all of them, no problem. Just pay $19.99 and start enjoying countless titles and entertaining TV better than anyone. Get your 123 Ready TV for $19.99 at forthepeopleshow.com. Just click on the store page. Some things in life need a little attention. Like a plant. If not watered, it begins to turn brown. But if watered properly, its leaves turn green again. Like a plant, For the People needs watering too. Your thoughtfulness provides sustainability for us to grow and reach our full potential. You see, For the People depends on you to broadcast this program to help inform and educate folks so you can make a difference right where you are. Grab your watering can and join us as we endeavor to make a difference in people's lives each and every day. To donate, go to forthepeopleshow.com. That's forthepeopleshow.com. Just look for the watering can and water as much as you can. At For the People, our garden is full of opportunities, and planting something allows others to enjoy the benefits. At For the People, our mission is simple. Give you the news that matters with good old-fashioned common sense, mixed with a conservative point of view. Simply log on to our website at forthepeopleshow.com. That's forthepeopleshow.com. Thanks for your support. Conservative values with a good dose of common sense. I am Keith Allen, and we're in studio live. Some people have people in the studio that are filling in for them, and they've just taken off. And I just can't imagine doing that. There's just too much. There's just too much to talk about. By the way, it's been a great week so far because we kicked off as of Monday 2 solid hours of For the People. Just about an hour. The program used to be 3 hours back at the Telford Hotel when Chuck was at the microphone. 3 hours, and it was from, you remember, 2 to 5 Eastern time. Three whole hours, and we were 2 hours when we kicked off. Me and Chuck, when we went back on a little over 2 years ago for about 2-3 months, but started having health problems and all that, and we cut back to an hour, and because we just weren't sure, what was going to happen. But the program is growing, and we're going to have some announcements of some more stations. We're looking at one out west. That might be taking it. They're kind of looking at it. We'll kind of see what happens there. But it's great that you're along for the ride. And if you like the show, please, on social media or, in your town, if you could spread the message, spread the word to your friends and your family and let them know where to find the broadcast, I certainly would appreciate it. Just share the website or the station that you're listening to and let them know what time you're tuned in. That would be phenomenal. Conservative values with common sense. What more do you need? Now, members of Congress, they get little perks and stuff like that. But when they come back for break from 4th of July for the recess, they're not going to have their special place anymore in the parking lot there at Dulles Airport. Nope, not for Capitol Hill. They've had this special lot pretty much quartered off for lawmakers pretty much to shave